yo, make it. Why you ain't tell me? I'm just clicking. Like, you know, I got this shit. I'm in school. So I'm like, I know, but you know, I'm drinking. I'm clicking through, and I mean, yo, this shit does make me incredibly sad, though. Yo, cuz, what you think about that shit? Like, hey, yo, and you a fucking father, my nigga. Yo, how I be making you feel, though, sometimes, like, for real, like you ever think about that shit? Mm-hmm. I thought about that shit before, too. It's been times when Shanice had called me from school, and I've been ready. Like, it been times when they shut the school down. Well, they shut it down because it was a threat one time, right? I'm like, oh, I'm on my way up there. Like, me and the school shooter gonna have to just duel this one out.
That shit be sick, man. Then they won't even let you go into school to get your kid. If something was to happen like that.
Yo, car. Remember the joint where the police was nervous? Am I getting that? Wait, because it was two. I think, was that the same one? Or was it two different ones? Where the police when they got their kids, or another time the police was nervous, they didn't want to go in there? You don't remember what I'm talking about? Anybody know what I'm talking? Yo, bro. Yo, bro, this shit, yo, we have so many of these per year. It's just like.
Report with another shooting in America. This time at a school in Perry, Iowa. Officials say a 17-year-old student fired on classmates in the building Thursday morning. A sixth grader was killed. 5 others, including a school administrator, suffered non-life-threatening injuries.
Wait, this like though, this one of them. What was the one with someone in there with his moms? There was a big one. His moms was a teacher there. He was like a grown man went in there and shot the kids. They say he's 17, and he shot a sixth grader. Like, he went in the whole school, not his school. It's not saying that it's better. It's like, what is he? It's like, because in my mind, I just thought, and I'm going to mention this part, like I say, I don't talk against gun violence in the hood, how people do. I talk respect. Like, yo, bro, not saying shit can't happen, but if we start to teach kids respect, if every person that got a kid right now say, yo, I'm about to teach my kid to respect and, like, have honor and morality and be like, you know what I'm saying, a good person, be fair, like, a lot less gun violence will happen. But sometimes a motherfucker be young, going through his hormones, bugging out, watching the wrong shit, like, not getting enough attention at home, being abused, and niggas is bullying them at the school. But this, like, targeting, I mean, see, and I thought they said it was his classmates. I'm drinking.
You know, 17-year-old sixth grader, though.
Yeah, if he a 17-year-old sixth grader, y'all should have known he was going to do that, though. Like, he can't get out of here.
Nobody... We begin our report with another shooting in America. This time at a school in Perry, Iowa. Officials say a 17-year-old student fired on classmates in the building Thursday morning.
See, I knew I heard classmates. So, why is sixth graders in high school now? This nigga supposed to be out of school or in the 12th grade. Like, where's the 12th graders mixing with the sixth graders?
A sixth grader was killed. 5 others, including a school administrator, suffered non-life-threatening injuries. CBS News' Ed O'Keefe reports.
It was the first day back to school in Perry, Iowa after the winter holiday, when at 7:37 a.m., shots rang out.
Serious activation at Perry High School. It's possible gunshots.
Within 7 minutes, the first officers arrived, followed by more than 100 others from local, state, and federal agencies.
Officers immediately attempted to locate the source of the threat and quickly found what appeared to be the shooter with a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
The shooter, identified as...
Swear to God, we playing Tom Clancy Division with this
17-year-old Dylan Butler, a student at the school. He shot and killed a sixth grader and wounded 5 others, including the school's principal, Dan Marburger. All the victims were rushed to nearby hospitals in Des Moines.
I couldn't believe it. Honestly, I was just shook.
Officials say the shooter used a pump-action shotgun and a handgun. They also located and disarmed an improvised explosive device.
Oh, what? This nigga was in there with an IED? Yo, cuz he was in there with the Taliban shit? Yo, nigga learn how to do anything on YouTube.
Inside the school.
Butler also made a number of social media posts in and around the time of the shooting. Law enforcement is working to secure those pieces of evidence.
Among the students who escaped, Jody Kurth's stepson Xander, who lives just 2 blocks from school. He'd been grazed by a bullet and came back for medical attention.
It was absolutely horrifying. That's one of the worst moments of my entire life, but the best phone call I got was saying that they were okay.
Yo,
Came back weird though. Can't you went like to school?
this they first day back, but you know, a lot of times the kids don't want to go back. Like, you done see, man. I don't even want to get into it, cause like sometimes the way I explain shit be gory, but like you done seen like what it looked like, and now you done been walking over there like to see a classmate dead and you hopped over him, you surviving, like wild shit. Like now, nigga don't want to go back there. Like, you know how some people got some problems living in houses where like heinous and crazy shit done happen. Not everybody does, but like.
Okay.
This is the second school shooting already this year.
Dang.
Now we be having like fucking 1,400 shit like that. You don't hear about them more because they're so crazy, but I think they average over at least. I don't know the real statistics, but I would bet they average over more than 600 a year.
I thought they was talking about second schools.
Shooting. Yeah, we only on the 7th day.
I thought they said it's the same school though.
Oh hell no, nah.
In the last 5 years, 161 people have been killed in school shootings, with more than 300 injured.
And Ed joins us now from Perry, Iowa. Ed, the police arrived on the scene within 7 minutes. That seems very
7
fast.
minutes too
How were they
long
able
for
to
nigga up in
respond so
here
quickly?
shooting and scooting.
Well, John, as cliche as it may sound, this is a small town, and they were not that far away. First officer within minutes, hundreds though, within an hour or so. Local, state, and federal response to this, FBI and ATF, in part because of the discovery of that improvised explosive device, and also because the FBI now often does get involved in shootings that occur at schools like this. This is a town of 8,000, about 40 miles.
Yo. Imagine if he blew that fucking school up. Hey, yo, is that enough justice? Like, nigga go kill up all these kids. They catch a nigga, lock him up. Is that justice?
Yeah, no, they need to kill that nigga.
Even if they kill him, that's justice? He gets a death penalty. Because, like, it's gonna happen again. Like, do justice got to do with just people or the system? Like, all right, let's fix the system. Like, do you think if you was the leader of a country that was having issues like this, that you could stop it? Or cut it down to where it barely ever happens? Rarely.
I wouldn't know how to stop it, for real. Cause anything happening in schools. The other kids they gotta worry about, other teachers they gotta worry about. Teachers that ain't getting paid enough.
No, what I'm saying is that, like, if we go from having 500 a year, if we go from having 500 a year to 1, right? Let's just see. Let's start with this shit. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we had low. Let's just be honest here. Hey, yo, Google, how many school shootings did America have in 2023-22? Set it backwards. Let's see what they tell us here. Come on, my nigga. What's the number? Can anybody give me an accurate number on this? Alright, what's that right there? At a 41% increase in the number of school shooting incidents. Alright, so it's saying right here 5. Alright, what that say right there? That say 5 and change. That say 340, right? I was way too high. Say 340 school shootings, right? 365 days a year. That could be right. We at the 7th. They said that was the second one this year, right? So say you could cut that down from 340 to 34. But let's see. Well, let me see something, right? How many school shootings was it in 2018 and 19? Let's see. It say school shootings with injuries and deaths, 24. That's not, oh shit, well that's that. I thought it might be higher. I highly doubt it was 24 school shootings. I think we would know that. I got a feeling this ain't the spot. But I kind of want to get something accurate. Because I kind of know. It's some, bro, it'd be hundreds. I thought it was thousands. Oh, nah, I'm wrong. Because they said there have been 394 school shootings since Caliban. But that got to be incorrect, too. Because Caliban was in the 90s. And we just seen 340 and then 24. Like, as if nothing. Yeah, nah. If somebody could give me an accurate number, even if it averages out per year. But let's just ask Google that, right? Google, how many school shootings does America average per year? We got it. Yo, boy. Listen, that's why I need a good operating budget so I could just get this. Double in a year to reach historical highs. Okay. Gun violence. What this say? Gun violence claim 45,000 lives, basically, including 20,000 suicides, with 313 children, ages 0 to 11 killed, and 750 killed. Mass shootings. Recent raising from 269 to 611 in 2020. Alright, so I understand why I might have went wrong. Cool. I'm getting mass shootings and school shootings. So at the mall, at the club. So mass shootings is the whole thing. That's the shit that be high. Alright, school shootings might be a little lower. But do you think you could cut whatever the average is in half? I think it is a possibility. Yeah. Well, I don't think it's a possibility. I know it is. Because there are other countries who have high school shooting rates and then they don't have their statistics is whack. Mm-hmm. It's rough to talk about getting rid of guns, and that's not something that I think I even agree on. I don't think I really agree on getting rid of guns, right? I don't think that I agree on teachers just having guns in the classroom. I've had guns in school. While metal detector was at the school. I think one of the real reasons why shit easily happens, right? And this is like, it's other like methods of security that I think we could like come up with to help with it. But motherfuckers don't care. Like, they have metal detectors at my school, right? You come through the metal detector, go to a whole side door and let your man in. With everything. Nigga, we in the bathroom, smoking weed, rolling dice. Niggas got pistols. At the same time, niggas is smart enough not to shoot a nigga in the school. Niggas fully understand, like, nigga, I might brandish this thing on a nigga in here, but to fire a shot upon man? Absolutely not. I'm just out here trying to fuck the bitches, really. They love this type shit. But the adults kind of don't be giving a fuck. And once upon again, you know what one of the major real issues is? Nobody that work in no fucking school, nobody that work with kids and developing this shit gets paid enough so that like people that's more intelligent with that, if they're not even trying, like
that's what I said, because that's why I said teachers, they don't be getting paid enough.
They don't get paid, nigga. Nah, nigga.
That'd probably be the first thing they say. I don't get paid enough to be dealing with this.
Yeah.
Shit. Motherfucker come here.
Nigga can't wait till they hear you got locked up for murder or got killed. They just want to use you as a storyline, hopefully. Nigga don't be really trying to save you. Nigga don't be having enough money to save you, to encourage you. Nigga be talking shit to the teacher like they a bum ass nigga like you. The security niggas in the school might live in the building with the niggas. I was telling my bro today, right? Because it dawned on me. My little brother pops, like, this high school got shut down. And they had to go to our high school, right? My little brother pops was a security there. That niggas told me, he said, yo, man, you know, I used to work in that bitch. A nigga was walking the pit bull in there one time. I said, what? And it dawned on me that nigga was a crackhead. That was recent. I'm like, not the shit, because he was a functional, but like, he was a crackhead though. Like, it's like, nigga, like, the vetting when hiring niggas ain't even correct. Y'all got anybody walking around here. Motherfuckers don't even care enough. They don't care, cuz. They don't give a fuck.
If they did get paid a whole lot, you think that they'll still be up there really giving a fuck?
Nah, this is the reality. The people don't understand this, right? The more shit you get paid, the more you know, the more in growth. Cause this shit is real. Mm-hmm. So like, they wouldn't be like, look, right? Like, sometimes we cut ourselves off from learning earlier than like, and we live in a capitalist society, right? So a lot of times, like, passion projects get you rich. I'm lying?
Passion projects.
Yeah. When you make it in them, it's the dream. So, like, look, and I'm not bugging out, because if you go back through history, all the famous people you heard of is who? Before the capitalist society, all the famous people you know are who?
What you mean? The famous people?
Yeah.
Talking about people in the books.
Nah, look, right? when you go back, famous people, we know them because, like, okay, you know kings and queens and shit like that, right? But nah, if you were super smart, like, if you were smart, you was like a real public figure. Like, the bitches won't fuck you, right? If you was like a strategic, like, warrior type motherfucker, you couldn't just be a famous bitch ass nigga that talk shit. Yeah, like it was other things, like you had to fuck around and do some shit that ain't nobody really do. You couldn't just have a fat ass. So, like, it is kind of like a difference in like how we gauge society. Some people, I've said before that a teacher is probably, hold on, cuz, watch you kicking stuff. What you doing out here, man? You ain't even that tall. Fuck is you doing? Like, we don't look, like, a teacher might, I've said before, some people might say, a teacher is technically the most important job in the world. No matter what you pick, it's like, no, wait a minute, that can't be true. Or a doctor saves lives. You know it's a teacher nigga somewhere teaching a doctor how to, like, everybody can be a teacher, nigga. Like, once you, like, if you know how to drive a truck and you teach me how to drive a truck because I don't, that puts you in the position of a teacher. Usually you do get paid more for that. But when we talk about teachers in general or multiple things, working in a house of teaching with, like, the sponges, the impressionable young niggas, like, we don't look at that shit like that shit is a, like, low budget niggas look at that shit as being like a glorified job. And I'm not saying, I'm talking about low budget as far as capitalism. But, like, a motherfucker who got billions, a motherfucker who's an oil tycoon, if one of his kids tell him they want to be a teacher, it's up for you. I probably disown you. You lucky I don't have niggas put a hit on you. You lucky I don't expose all the shit I've been having private investigators run around and search about my kids because y'all niggas can't make this shit. Are we fucking billionaires? What would you ever look like just working in some... I don't give a fuck if it's a charter school or not. Bitch, I own charter schools. What the owner daughter look like being a towel boy? Don't make no sense. The only daughter being the top, I don't want it because I'm not trying to offend nobody. But what I'm saying is, it to them is they'll make no sense at all. So it's like we don't even like. So niggas don't even really give a fuck in the schools. When you really give a fuck about somebody, like when I ask you about your son, like you like, damn, yeah, I think about that shit ahead of time. If everybody in the school is really thinking along the lines, it's going to be hard for a school shooter to penetrate that. Because we're going to take it seriously. You know how many times it has happened when niggas knew who the school shooter was before it was the school shooter? You get the kids on the news like, and I just, the minute I heard the shot, I just knew it was him. Like, part of the law is, right, you can't judge niggas in that way. I don't think I necessarily agree with that.
You trying to call me a serial killer?
Nah, nigga. What I'm saying is that I don't necessarily agree with. I think a serial killer is different, right? I think that when you like, when shit happens, yo, bro, I'm gonna tell you some wild shit, right? I don't know what the fine line is. But I think that I'm intelligent enough to know that, to just think about not knowing what the fine line is, right? You ever be enraged? Like, you know how niggas do the shit like this. So it was a time when I did shit like this.
Thought about it before it happened.
Nah, me and Meg could argue. And then I end up getting into it with somebody like, I end up taking out my aggression on somebody outside. And we'll all be aware of it. Sometimes that shit is a defense mechanism. So that's why when I opened it up, I'm like, because like, yo, I'm not the kind of nigga that want to dehumanize a nigga because people been mean to them. And that might sound petty because I'm using the word mean. And we going into a different type of realm here. But I've already leaned towards the harsher side of things than people like. So even not going to grandma's funeral, right? Like, and then sometimes I think that I have justification for that. But that's just how far we'll go over some shit that I ain't even aware of. So when I go today, right? I probably would be like at least 40, 50 times more, especially with the information I got, right? But am I intelligent enough to know when I don't got the proper information? How would you answer that?
You intelligent enough
to know when I don't got the facts. And just be like, I ain't got the facts, but I'm feeling like this.
I don't think if you have facts, that's the only thing you go off of.
That's the only thing I'm going to go off of, right? So, and this is just real talk, so, but I'm human though. So, sometimes niggas operate off emotions, right? And like, sometimes you might not even be aware you operating off emotions. But that shit, so we think of emotions as some shit from the heart. And that's the problem. Ain't none of this shit coming from the heart. This shit is coming from the brain. So something happened, motherfucker, right? Like, even a relationship like that me and my mom's got, right? To you, I might be wilding. Because your relationship with you and your mom's is wild different. It's just different. So like how like it's pretty like some people will be like, man, this nigga don't give a fuck about nobody. That's how people will perceive me, right? But and it might be harsh, like if my mom's passed away and I don't pull up at her funeral. It's gonna be people in the world that you could put them under a lie detector test and they will tell you that that I don't give a fuck about nobody. And they would pass it in that moment. But your honest assessment, would you say I don't give a fuck about nobody? They really believe that. So, like, we don't, like, so when they put the Jeffrey Dahmer movie out, like I said, we going in a whole nother direction here. But when they put the Jeffrey Dahmer movie out, right, and people was like, yo, oh my God, why they humanizing them? Why they doing this? Why they doing that, right? You know the one thing I realized? That was a perception. I know a nigga from my hood. He locked up. He got 25 to life right now. But before he caught that body for the 25 to life, he caught a few bodies. They run around saying the nigga King Von was a serial killer. You start watching some of these little rap documentaries. Some of these niggas got some bodies under their belt, right? Nigga, I don't like nigga be like, but you don't understand. Let me tell you something, motherfuckers, right? You're justifying some shit. I can tell you for a fact. There is a way fucking larger population of the world who does not believe you should be allowed to kill a nigga over a color. There are a lot of people that believe that shit. So like, when it comes to serial killers, it's like, do we think you a serial killer, cuz?
with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
Just the real answer.
Ended up killing him. Murder. Like, murder. It was murder in there.
Alright, now this is a question I want you to answer because you took us in this direction. And it would be better you say it because I really be out here in these streets. This nigga been tearing me up. But you know, I be getting my, hey, I ain't gonna start to my own horn. Look, if you could pick a segment of the population, maybe I shouldn't ask you this. You might answer this one. Think before you answer this because I want you to answer this. And I've been drinking because I kind of want to back off this question. Back off this question? No, fuck it. Like, if you had to agree to a segment like, oh, nah, kill them niggas, gang. Get as many as you can. All right, who you going with? I'm not answering, though.
Yeah, I ain't gonna answer neither.
Yo, you some funny-ass nigga. Why, though, bro? Like, nobody? You ain't gonna pick nobody? That's crazy.
I want everybody to live.
You got good sense, though. Yo, you know Mankin would pick somebody, right? Yo, that's what's crazy, though. Yo, she would pick somebody. Yo, that is a wild scenario, my nigga. Yo. But, like, I kind of, so I respect, though. Just to let niggas know, it's content, right? It is a particular group you would think about, but you don't want to say it. Because I'm not saying I got nothing. Like, I got feelings about what you might say. That's what I mean by I got. Because let me just say something, right? Yo, you ever heard of the Nut Warriors? Alright, fuck it. I just had to pull the Nut Warriors out. Yo, we going to the we going to the bucket. I ain't had to click on that, right? Hold on. Yo. Okay, I think this is how you spell. No, this is how you spell New Guinea. Okay. Papua New Guinea. Okay, let's go. Seaman Warriors. You know who the Seaman Warriors is? I'm not even saying the Seaman Warriors should get dusted off. But this was Joe Rogan and these niggas talking about this. Cause this is wild.
Well,
Yo, cuz. That's why I said perception is everything. So, this shit is in the mind. So they just have a different perception. I'm going to say
thing
that.
Everybody knows
Listen
about.
to this.
Go to
Pay
the
attention.
Parthenon and go into that neighborhood where it's like, you go over those cobblestones, you're like, some fucking guy, some like 4'8" Athenian who's fucking just going up these steps, fucking fetching water, just having a shitty day, annoyed at his fucking girlfriend, you know what I mean?
Leather sandals on.
Yeah, leather sandals on. He's running late to his tutoring session / getting molested appointment. You know? Some children are like, oh, I better get the fucking...
Now look, right? A lot of times people are like, that's not stuff to say, right? But they talk about some of the shit that some of them emperors and not like we unaware of. Do you know how much crazy shit that's a lot of the shit they like on Game of Thrones when they was cutting niggas heads off and putting them on spikes to show other niggas like we don't play that shit. You think humans ain't niggas did that? Like once upon a time, niggas would walk past your head like and walk into the city and buy some fucking fruit. It's the way the world was. Should be perception. Now we gonna get to the.
I better get these fucking formulas right, or he is gonna have his way with me this time.
Yeah, not only was pedophilia okay, but it was openly discussed.
Yeah, it's
like
crazy.
They had boy lovers.
Yep, you were made fun of if you continued to get fucked in the ass past adolescence.
Really?
Yeah. They were. There's
Oh,
like,
you silly boy!
Yeah, it's like, what are you? You're being a fucking little kid.
What are you being a homo?
You're being childish, getting fucked in the ass.
Is that true?
Dude, I swear.
Is that documented?
Now it's documented. I read it somewhere 8 years ago, maybe, and
Good
I've been
enough.
repeating
Let's
it.
repeat it. Let's repeat
I
it
might have told
everywhere.
it to you the last time I was on.
That is so insane, though.
Yeah.
But like, if you go back and like read in history, like Socrates,
Oh,
and
yeah.
how many of these guys had boy lovers?
Probably all of them. Probably.
God.
It's fucked up.
What year do people realize that's terrible?
Like 20 years ago.
It's probably about 20 years ago. Dude.
No, it's fucked up, and
The only
you would
reason
read
that
in like
these
your
could be good that
sociology
we get
books
this,
where it's
that
like
just don't sound crazy
there's
to us,
places
so
where
we-
that's fucking where they're like we can't these primitive
And there's
people
some
that we
shit
make
going on
contact
right now,
with,
hold
or
on.
like these people they don't have technology. It's like half of them are still
Let it
doing
ride.
it.
Oh yeah.
It's
well, there's
fucking
New
wild.
Guinea. Do you know about the semen warriors of New Guinea? I take it by your laughs that you do not.
What a fucking epithet.
Yeah, like that's crazy, right? Like, whoa,
There's
wait,
a
I'm
tribe
good.
in Papua New
What?
Guinea that when a child becomes 6 or 7, they take them away from their mother and
No.
they bring them to an older man who becomes their anal father.
Their anal father.
Anal father.
Okay.
Now, cuz, wait, hold on. Now, at no point that, because this is like how we, like, no, there is no such thing as an anal father. Hearing the terminology anal father make me glad I ain't have a dad, right? Not saying dads do that, but I don't even like the word father no more. When you couple it with that, like, that's different, bro.
That's crazy.
Yo, man, kid. Yo, let me ask you a real solid question. You know what's crazy? Cause man, but she might. It depends on how much she drink. She'll answer honestly. Yo, say for instance that you find out that one of your niggas got molested. Like, say I was like, yo, man, I got molested. Does that change your perspective of a nigga? So every time I crack my gay jokes, you ain't gonna be like, yo, this nigga a little saucy Santana-ish. I mean, we don't know, because it's about, like, we don't know how your mind adjusts to it, right? But whole societies have at some point decided some shit like this was just. Let's pay attention.
And they believe that the only way for a boy to grow strong is that he has to ingest semen in his asshole and in his mouth.
Yo, now. I fucking love you, boy. Because I was about to say, I don't want to go there, but when I say to people, like, yo, when the average person hear that, they'd be like, that sound like some shit that a pedophile will tell a nigga to make a nigga believe some shit, right? So when I be like, yo, when they tell you, like, yo, if you read somewhere like, yo, it's easier for a camel to get through the eye of a needle, like a sewing needle, than it is for a rich man to get into heaven. A rich nigga wrote that, my nigga. Niggas know how to avoid getting robbed. Like tuck my chain, and niggas got all kind of like ways to cover it up, like get security, big gate, live all the way deep over here. Like, rich people don't just live next door to you or be like that nigga. Like, I don't live next door to Elon Musk. Like, some people ain't accessible to me. Like, this shit, like, that shit hit me when I heard. I said, oh, whoa, like, and then these tribes that they decide not to. It be like I seen another one where a nigga, we know what cancer is, or cancer is the word, but we know it's something going on in you. But they don't know that. They're like, oh, this nigga got demons in him, kind of. Yeah, we gotta kill this nigga and eat him. Like, eat your friend, like, and like, but it seemed. What's fucked up is like niggas need the backstory to shit, because like pedophilia been around for a long time. It could have been a pedophile took over, got control, and created this thing, and it just been going. Who the fuck else is laying around like, yo, I just came up with a crazy idea. I need to put semen in Lil Johnny so he could grow up and be strong. Now how can we do this?
Make them think it's okay.
Because most people naturally is bulking at that. Like, what? You gotta like brainwash and convince niggas over time.
So, yeah. So these kids are just sucking cock and getting butt fucked from 6, 7 on. Yeah, and it's a literal tribal tradition.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Look at my boy. Look how he puts down that cock. You think there's like proud fathers with a tear coming down his eye?
I don't think they get to watch. I don't know what happens with the dads. I guess the dads, I guess everybody's just used to it.
Yeah.
Bloodletting ceremony involves beating the boys with long sticks on their nostrils until they bleed. That way, the woman's tingu is completely gotten rid of. Once this is done, he's made to perform oral sex on the older ones, which they do not stop until they take in the semen. Ingesting the semen will make them stronger. More so, they are kept aside for 3 years and maintain a strict diet to make them stronger. Defiance against this from the boys usually involves death.
They've bred straightness out of their tribe.
Jesus.
Yo, cuz. And we think of kids how we think of kids. Like, I just don't, okay, look. The way we can solve this problem is easy. Is your kids doing better than our kids? They stronger? Alright, let's bring some niggas to fight these niggas. Mike Tyson. When he was, we gonna let Mike Tyson fight all the night. Listen, it's not making them strong. Let's get this. That's not the way it works. But they be all probably ready to fight tooth and nail to the death over that. The fucking word is... But... I'm not saying serial kill them up, which is where we was at. So, like, if you agree, but like... What about if we just start knocking off the semen fathers? What was the anal? The anal fool, not the anal. That's that. No serial killer on the anal. Fuck it, I'm going with serial killer on the anal. On the anal.
What's wrong with you?
Get the anal.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
And the real truth of the fuck, the anal fathers wasn't always anal fathers. The anal fathers was once upon a time the little boys. I feel like Make-It did not send me this, cause I feel like you led us in this direction cause you was wild, like negative about whatever. Yeah, we should probably. And see, nigga don't even know what to say after that. Like, shout out to the AF stuff. You can't even, like, because I don't want to, don't kill nobody. But